All right, so this one is a bit creepy. It's coming out of Sidcup, London, and it's making a lot of people nervous online.
Yeah.
It's even made the news. So
Mm.
basically, we've got reports of some guy going around and cutting women's hair, like, right in public.
Right.
And as you can probably imagine, this is causing a bit of a stir.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for sure.
So we're going to do a deep dive on this and go through the news reports and some of the stuff that's floating around on social media,
Okay.
just to try to see if we can separate the facts from all the speculation and really find out what's going on.
Sounds good.
All right, so the Metropolitan Police have confirmed that there was at least one incident
Okay.
that happened on Tuesday, January 7th. It was on Mallard Walk, a little after 8:40 p.m.,
Okay.
and a woman reported that a man had come up and cut her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, she wasn't otherwise harmed,
Right.
but still a pretty terrifying experience, you know?
Absolutely. Just the violation of it.
Yeah,
It's got to be just incredibly unsettling.
like you said, it's a violation just having someone come up behind you and cut your hair and you don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, and I mean, just think about the fear that that instills.
Right.
You know, even without, even if you weren't physically assaulted, the psychological impact of something like that would be huge.
Yeah.
You know, it really disrupts our sense of safety and control over our own bodies, and that's really what makes this so disturbing.
And this story, this one incident has got everyone thinking about their personal safety, especially women.
Sure.
Out in public spaces,
Mm-hmm.
doing everyday things like just taking out the trash. Like you never know who's lurking around.
Right, and there was actually an account online from a friend of the victim
Oh, really?
describing how the attack happened, and apparently the woman was literally just taking out her trash when this guy came up and cut her hair.
Oh, gosh.
So it really does make you think twice about doing even the most mundane things,
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, of course, the police are doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
They're actively investigating and they've stepped up patrols in the area to kind of reassure the public.
Right.
But that hasn't stopped the rumor mill online.
Oh, of course not. No.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of unconfirmed reports,
Mm-hmm.
People claiming that there have been like 5 attacks and one woman was even supposedly badly beaten, but we don't know if any of that is true.
Yeah, that's the thing with social media, it can be really helpful for spreading awareness and getting information out there quickly,
Right.
but it can also be a breeding ground for misinformation.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what's real and what's just,
Yeah.
people getting caught up in the hype.
Exactly. And that's part of what makes this case so fascinating. It really shows how quickly fear can spread and morph, especially when there's not a lot of concrete information available.
Yeah, and when you have something like this happen, I mean, everybody's trying to figure out, like, why is this happening? What is this guy's motive?
Right.
Is it a prank? Is it some kind of fetish? Is it something even more sinister? And then the question of, like, what happens to the hair? Like,
Yeah.
is he keeping it? Is he selling it? Like, what's going on?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And unfortunately, without more information from the investigation, it's really hard to speculate. I mean, we've seen cases where hair is stolen for profit or used in rituals,
Right.
or even kept as trophies.
Oh, gosh.
So the possibilities are pretty unsettling, to say the least.
For sure. So, I mean, doing this deep dive, it's definitely been really eye-opening, but also kind of leaves you with that feeling of like, okay, so now I know about this, but how do I stay informed without, giving in to all the fear and the speculation?
Right. Well, I think it's all about being a critical consumer of information, particularly when it comes from online sources.
Yeah,
We can't just accept everything we read at face value.
right.
We need to be looking for reliable sources, be wary of sensationalized accounts, and really think about the motivations behind what's being shared.
So basically, don't believe everything you read on the internet.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, good advice.